Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Um, what we're going to be talking about right now are some things that people are experiencing, okay? And this is to bring light to situations that you may not be aware of, all right? This first email comes in from a community member, and she said, I was working on my computer and I heard an extremely loud explosion. I looked out my back door and I saw smoke, after which I called 911. To make a long story short, a Tesla caught fire, and the fire company showed up and did what they could, but the fumes were putrid. I imagine the battery got wet and it caused the fire. I had talked to my husband about this, and he said that there is like no possible way to put out those fires. He said that he recalled um, one time the fire department actually had to dig a hole, fill it with water, and then submerge the car in the water in order to put the fire out, because regardless of how much water they used, like with the hose, even the foam, because I guess there's a foam to put out fire. He said nothing worked. And the only way to put these fires out with these Teslas or the EV cars is to completely submerge them in water. Yeah. So what the putrid smell is, I can only imagine. I, I wouldn't be able to allow my brain to even go there. Yeah. But thank you for bringing this to our attention. You know, this is why they're telling people who actually live in the state of Florida not to have an EV because, one, because of the hurricanes, okay, and two, because of the salt water. It completely it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless to have an EV in the state of Florida because of, one, because of the salt water. Yeah. And we have salty air. Yeah. And it ruins the battery life anyway. Yeah. So here's an interesting email from a community member. And please keep in mind, I am still playing catch ups with a lot of my emails from when we were hit with um, Helene and then Milton. So if you're like, I sent that email to you, like, oh, and I understand, but I'm still playing a lot of catch up. Okay. Um, this email is from a community member. She said, serious alert, canned foods all being confiscated immediately by U.S. military. This was published on 10/4/24. Um, Campbell's cans hundreds of food items besides the soup. Here's what I received about 4 weeks ago in a town near me. The U.S. Army went into a canning company called Campbell's, right? Um, U.S. military multi-star general went into the canning company. They checked out the whole place, including warehouses. Later told them they will buy everything that they have, including what they have not started canning yet, but will be taking everything that they have. These warehouses are huge and cover close to 400 acres of land. I just checked who with a friend who has a relative who works in management there, and the person stated the following: that the general walked in, slapped down the U.S. government order regarding the pickup of all the food. As of 10 p.m. Thursday night, and keep in mind this was October 4th, truckers are moving the food to clear it out as fast as the military can get it trucked, probably to secret underground government storage locations. That does not surprise me at all whatsoever. Why give it to the civilians who were, at this point, victims of Hurricane Helene? Why do that, right? Uh, she said, I then asked my friend if the largest food wholesalers had been contacted, and he informed me that Costco, Cisco, and major warehouse grocers are being or would be notified also. This is the planned food attacks against the American citizens. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. Remember with the baby formula? Okay. And all the recalls that we saw, what was it, like 2, 3 years ago? Okay. It's happening again. But this time it's not recalls. It's with the non-perishables that would generally be distributed to the Hurricane Helene and now Milton victims. They're being confiscated. And yeah, I knew this would happen. I friggin' knew it. Starvation Nation, look what personal property rights no longer exist in North Carolina. Then I asked him if the ration cards are already printed, and he replied affirmative. But he didn't know the date of the implementation. But as soon as general public finds out in mass, more as I get it. Awesome. And um, is it all of Tampa Bay? But we're pretty much considered a disaster zone now. So I've already seen it all over like Facebook and stuff like that. Can we apply for FEMA loans and things like that? And I'm like, dude, you really don't want to do that. But I'm not going to open my mouth and say, this is what I know. You know what I mean? Because then they're going to say conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? So I just shut up and I don't say anything because it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but thank you for sending me this email. Okay, so here's another email from a community member, and she said, I feel really bad for everyone that got hit by Helene. Out of all the states that got hit by the hurricane, Kentucky, Indiana, got less of the brunt. Okay. But to give everyone a better look at how bad it got, even though we're almost 1,200 miles from the southern tip of Florida, the storm knocked down branches and trees, random objects like our trampoline, um, a large 6 foot plus tall patio heater. Wow, really? The wind picked it up like a toothpick and dropped it. Oh, it's probably trash, but these are the things that are replaceable and don't matter. I just wanted you to understand how far and bad this storm was. Oh, believe me, I know. If I'm this far away and have damages in my community, can you imagine how bad it got closer to the south of the storm? Oh, yeah. I know. Believe me, I know. She said, my heart breaks for all the states that have towns completely destroyed by this storm. You should see it here. You should see it. There are, when I tell you, you can't even drive down a street here without every curb in front of somebody's house having just, it's not even trash. It's the stuff from inside people's houses and drywall and stuff like that piled and piled and piled up and down every single street. And then Helene hit. And it's happening again. And they said that the dumps were closed. And DeSantis said, you can't close the dumps. You're not allowed to close the dumps. And he sent the FHP to rip the gates off of the dumps and said, I told you not to close the dumps. And FEMA came in and said, we have our own. And let me tell you, it's been awful here. And when I say awful, it is awful. Okay. When I tell you that each street looks like a war zone, okay? When I tell you that each street looks like its own dumping ground, all right? And I'm not saying this lightly. It's like Florida got forgotten about. We we got hit too. You know what I mean? And yes, I know it wasn't as bad as like North Carolina and Tennessee and stuff like that, but we got destroyed too. And I mean, I know my house didn't get like a lot of damage and stuff like that. It was just the tree, you know, in our backyard, my neighbor's fence, and then we got hit again and stuff like that. But when I tell you, you can't go down any street here in the Tampa Bay area without seeing piles and piles and piles in front of everyone's house of debris. You can't. You can't. Everyone's life is on the curb. Everyone's life is on the curb because it's not stuff that you can bring back in the house because it's either got mold on it, sewage water on it, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And I thought Irma was bad in 2017. This is like 1992 with Hurricane Andrew. So she said, please think about the behavior of our governments. Oh, you have no clue. That's constant on my mind. Constant. Because when they literally refuse to help us out, to help North Carolina out, to help Tennessee out, to help Georgia out, okay? When they refuse because they have another agenda, girl, you have no clue. That's why the people of our communities are literally coming together and saying, we don't need you. We got this. Okay? When I went to Home Depot to go buy the 2x4x8s to fix my neighbor's fence, I'm standing there, me and my mother-in-law were standing there, and we got 3 of them. And you know how heavy those things are, right? And I've got 2, one in each arm. My mother-in-law, she's got the other. And man and his wife says, here, let me put those on my cart for you. And I said, oh, thank you so much. And I didn't have my purse with me or anything. I had my debit card. It was in my pocket, right? And 3 of the 2x4x8s, it was like $10 it came out to be. And we get up to the register, and I said to the cashier, I said, these 2x4x8s are mine. And he goes, no. And I said, no, please don't, please. And I begged the cashier. I said, no, 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 no. I said, please don't ring my stuff up with his. And he said, I got this. And I said, sir, I said, please. And he goes, I told you, I got this. And I lost it. I was just, and my mother-in-law, she started crying. She's so sensitive, my mother-in-law, God bless her. And it was just one of those, it was just one of those days, you know. It was one of those, we were just defeated, and that lifted us back up. And the cashier looked at me, she goes, pay it forward. I said, I always do. So we walked out to his truck, and he said, go get your car, pull it around. I said, okay. So, and I put, because I have a car, I don't have a truck. So I put the back seats down, and he put everything in the trunk and slid it on through. And I hugged him, and I hugged his wife, and I said, thank you so much. What else could I say? You know, what else? What else could I say? But thank you. So of course I pay it forward. I always do, you know. But believe me when I tell you, if you guys were to come down here to Tampa Bay, you want to see destruction. The roads in Pasco County, Pasco, a lot of people know Pasco County from being on Live PD. The roads have literally broken into pieces and washed away. There's no roads. It's bad. Anyway, I'm going to get off this topic. Okay. So this community member wrote in and he left a link. Okay. And you know, I always put some really awesome links in the description box. And he said, I ran across this video called The Dimming. And it's a documentary, and he said, and it talks about the geoengineering that's going on by the governments in the world affecting the climate and the earth itself. He said not to be too delicate, but what they're doing is effing up the planet and the future of humanity. The gentleman, Dane Wigington, of geoengineeringwatch.org, makes very good cause that Helene was deliberately steered in the direction of a particular area of North Carolina by technology that's been used for many years to control and modify the weather. He said, if you haven't seen the movie, I highly advise that you free up some time to watch it. And if you like it, let your subscribers know about it. Absolutely, sweetie. Armin, you always send me the best stuff, you know. You're a great friend. If I ever get up to Canada, I'm coming to see you. Okay, so here we go with some really great emails. She said, looking up mining permits for Florida in September. Okay. Yep, lots filed, it looks like. Florida has courts. I don't know about lithium, but it has quartz. And that's important for some reason. Again, I don't know what. Phosphates Florida has also. My gut says Florida will be hit with storms until everybody moves, homes are destroyed totally, or they evacuate everyone in Florida because so many strong storms. Girl, why are you doing this? And the people who live here like us, who won't have a Florida home anymore. I could be wrong about that. No, you're on to something. Not wrong about the quartz or the phosphates for sure. Not too knowledgeable about what they are needed for, or what they are important to be mined, but they are. If you figure out what quartz is so important, make a video. Hang on. So here is a recipe that was sent in by a community member, and I'm going to flash it up on the screen for you. Spicy shrimp stir fry. 1 pound large shrimp peeled and deveined. 2 tablespoons soy sauce. Now, if you're gluten-free, you can't use soy sauce, so I suggest using Worcestershire. You won't even taste the difference, trust me. 1 tablespoon oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon sriracha, 1 tablespoon honey, 2 tablespoons veggie oil, 1 red bell pepper, thinly sliced, 1 cup broccoli florets, 1 carrot, thinly sliced, 3 cloves garlic, 1 tablespoon fresh ginger, 2 green onions, sliced, 1 tablespoon sesame oil, 1 teaspoon chili flakes, cooked rice or rice noodles. Prepare the sauce in a small bowl with together the sauce, soy sauce, oyster sauce, sriracha, and honey. Set aside. Cook the shrimp. Heat 1 tablespoon of veg oil in large skillet or wok over medium-high heat. Add the shrimp and stir fry for 2 to 3 minutes until they turn pink or are just cooked through. Remove the shrimp from the skillet. Set aside. Stir fry the veg in the same skillet. Heat the remaining tablespoon of oil. Add the bell pepper, broccoli, and carrot. Stir fry 4 to 5 minutes until the veg are tender, crisp. Add aromatics plus veg. Push the veg to the side and add the minced garlic and ginger. Cook for 1 minute until fragrant. Combine and cook. Return the shrimp to the skillet and pour the sauce over everything. Toss everything together, ensuring the shrimp and the veg are well coated with the sauce. Stir in the green onions and sesame oil. For extra spice, sprinkle with the chili flakes. Serve. Woof, Madonna mia. Woof. Okay, so this community member said, "Hey girl, I have been horrible at keeping in touch. Don't we all? Listen, life is just, it happens." She said, "2024 has been a series of unfortunate events all the way around, and it seems determined to go out with a bang. So I wanted to check in and see how you're doing." We're good. Yeah, we're good. She said, "I'm really trying to get ahead of whatever is coming in the next few months. Right now, I'm dehydrating veg and fruit. Just made some pickles, hoping they turn out well. It's been a while since I made any. Last time I made pickles, yeah, I don't know." She said, "And I'm working on getting my pantry stock back up." Me too, girl. Listen, thank God for Sam's Club. That's all I got to say. She said, prices have been really hard to deal with when it comes to getting ahead or even just buying month to month. I actually started going to some food pantries in my area because I just don't have enough money coming in to cover everything. W- Yeah, our food pantries here are literally limited because of everybody that's gotten hit so hard with these hurricanes. It's crazy. She said, "I was hesitant, but it's been helping out a lot. I also found out that someone took a life insurance policy out on me without my knowledge. That girl, I got stories. Mm, yeah. Accidental death and dismemberment policy. What the fuck? I'm looking into it and trying to find out more about it and see if there's any more strange days. Girl, no. Um, Run. The puppy is growing like a weed. He was apparently supposed to get maximum of 6 pounds. He's definitely exceeded that at 8 months old. Baby pictures and current pictures. His hair is a constant struggle. I have a Carn, so yeah, I know what that's like. Yeah, but she's 18 years old and she drives me crazy and she still gets the zoomies. Um, One of my friends sent me a message. We were talking about the crazy weather. She said, "Research Navy's map of the USA." Then she said, "What does the Navy know?" I haven't looked it up yet. I've spent the entire night cutting stuff up for the dehydrator. It looks that long because Bo likes to help. I will say that the dreams when I actually do get some sleep are weird. My dreams are so vivid. I actually wake up tasting what I was tasting in my dreams and feeling what I was feeling in my dreams. I don't know if it's melatonin or what it is. Okay, so here's an email. She said, "I don't want to say this on, okay, well, yeah." She said, "But if the lady with the dogs is saying is true about okay, taking the supplies and giving them to the non citizens. It scares me that a lot of people who watch your channel will see this, know this, like me, get mad as heck. And well, I can see some of them don't want to say men, but men, and actually take some sort of action. Maybe it's time that we stand up." You know what I'm saying? Just saying. I don't know. She said that would not be a good thing for someone to take sort of action. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like take F00A to court. Oh, okay. I can just see guys lashing out physically or something else. I know we can't verify that those workers are doing it, not asking for that to happen, but it would be a blessing if someone there could get whatever proof they would need and then sue that person. Scary times ahead. God bless the man from Kentucky for offering to help people stay there. I sit here praying, wishing I could help people, hoping that no one in Florida will need more help, yet feeling that there truly is a target on Florida. Girl, there is. Of course there is. Why? Because they freaking hate DeSantis. That's why. But then again, not a lot of people like him. You know what I mean? But I mean, just because you don't like him, why target the citizens of Florida? You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't think that Mr. T is actually living in Florida with these storms. Now, of course not. I would think that he would be in New York or somewhere else until the storms are gone. Mr. T has a target on his head. He might have one, I don't know, but I can't believe the rumors that hurricanes are made and sent to Florida just to take it. No, that's not true. No, no, they're targeting us. Yeah. And that's just a bit far-fetched for me to believe. Could be true. Has anything I've said been helpful? Oh, yeah. It, everything that everyone sends in is helpful. Okay, that's why I do these videos, is to give you guys a voice. Okay, she said it really makes me wonder what in the world does Florida have that those who make them that is what I don't I think it's land. You're thinking courts, I'm thinking land. Everybody wants to live here for some friggin' reason. And it's not what everyone thinks. It's really not. God. She said, I can't believe that this storm isn't going to Georgia or anyone else. It's just hitting Florida. It's strange. I know, because once a hurricane hits Florida, what's it do? It makes that left turn and goes right to Georgia and the Carolinas. But nope. Yeah, believe me, I know. So, and she said, I've heard rumors that people want to live there like rich celebrities or whatever. Yeah, they do. There's a lot of celebrities that live around here. In the Tampa Bay area, you should see them. It's crazy. Yeah. So, yeah. And she said, I just wanted to share some positive things, at least for you to know. People in Ocala are stressing and freaking. I'm hunkered down. Oh, she sent me this before Milton. Okay, well, um, she said, I brought my pets with me. We're all gathered up. The kindness or good things are here. Found two things just scrolling on Facebook. One is there's a lady who evacuated to New York for the storm. She's offering her empty apartment for a person to sleep there for a night or two. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Another, I see the electric people. Three are gathered with heads bowed and hands on each other's shoulders like they're praying. Positive stuff. That's nice. Restaurant posted that they were feeding the electric workers for free. Yeah, they're still doing that. Yeah, I know. It's just, everything just sucks. So here's something from someone else, from another community member, and she said, I just connected some pretty damning dots quite by accident. I was scanning my YouTube subscriptions this morning and stopped at Victor Hansen's clip. All I heard was JD Vance Appalachian Roots. Ding, ding, dong. Look at the map of all the states, including the Appalachians, all the way to Ohio, which hurricane just took the exact same path all the way to Ohio Valley. I don't believe in coincidences anymore. Okay, I will leave that link in the description box below. Yes, I know, I agree. And here is a Twitter post. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. It says, wow. Companies doing the North Carolina Hurricane Helene victims' home inspections listed on the FEMA websites are owned by Vanguard and BlackRock. Oh, is that surprising to you? So the same company that owns majority of the lithium mine in the area will be inspecting the victims' properties. What are the odds? They want you, they want you to you. That doesn't make sense. They want to you, don't want to pay, but they don't want you to pay attention to this one. So who is going to inspect the homes that are damaged or gone in North Carolina? Well, recently brought to me by the American thinker, my brother Mike. You sent me the story. If you go to the FEMA contract page, you will notice if you search for home inspections that the two major companies appear, Vanguard, and the other one is WSP, who is a Canadian company that is mainly owned by the Canadian Pension Board. Almost, well, right at a little over 18 million shares, represents 15% of its ownership. Now, the other piece of the puzzle, who owns WSP, is two companies that we all know. One is Vanguard, and oh, by the way, this is all speculation because it's truth, right? You only speculate because it's true. The other company that owns it, it is Vanguard. They represent 3% of the ownership of WSP, right a little bit over 3 million shares, the company. And the other company that is good old BlackRock, who will be doing the home inspections for FEMA for Carolina and Florida, the same people who own the majority of Albemarle, the lithium mining company in Kings Mountain. What the hell? So who's hungry? I leave you with this little video to give you some inspiration for your next meal.
When it comes to breakfast, my rule of thumb is that it has to be easy to make and colorful. This easy breakfast bake is one of my favorites, loaded with all the bright vegetables, creamy feta, fresh herbs, and hearty eggs, making it the perfect fuel to get us started with our day. You can make this recipe in one large dish for your family like I am here, or in a ramekin if you just want to make it for yourself. It makes for a great main course or a special brunch, a meal my whole family enjoys, and I hope you do too.
All right, guys. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.